What's up, everybody? Mark with Coffee&Toys here, bringing you another G.I. Joe Classified Series unboxing and review. Here we are in 2024, and the G.I. Joe Classified line is still going strong, and of course that means today we are going to be reviewing, unboxing the first G.I. Joe of 2024 for the Classified Series, and of course that is number 113, Mutt Junkyard. Let's talk about it. So yeah, G.I. Joe Classified Series for 2024, the window feature has returned to the packaging, which is fantastic. You can now see what you're actually getting, and some of us like to make sure that our figures are actually in the box, or actually don't have bad paint apps or something, some defect. Now we actually have a choice of what we want to buy if we see something in brick and mortar, or even if it gets shipped to us. At least we can say, hey, now we can see what we got and we can send it back, get a return, whatever. But if you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm Mark. I drink coffee and I talk about toys. I unbox toys. I'm primarily an out-of-box collector, as you can see behind me. I collect G.I. Joe, Star Wars, all the hits, Masters of the Universe, and I, talk about toys. We will talk about the packaging today. We will unbox it. We'll accessorize the figure, and then I'll give you my opinion on whether it was worth picking up or not. So while you're here, make sure you like that video. Make sure you comment and subscribe. Hit that bell notification set to all notifications, because I put out a few videos a week. And yeah, I like talking toys and I love reading your comments. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. But without further ado, let's jump on over and check out Mutt Junkyard from the G.I. Joe Classified Series. Okay, here we have it. G.I. Joe Classified Series, Mutt and Junkyard. I apologize for the glare. I will try to correct that right now. Well, now you can just see me. Oh, actually, you know what? That's not too bad. Let's stick with this look right now. So as you can see, this is the deluxe figure box with the window packaging, which has returned. So what they did for us is they basically gave us the best of both worlds. Now, the plastic-free packaging did give us really good details of the figure with the portrait, or I'm sorry, not the portrait, the artwork, and then they normally would give us the kind of pre-rendered image on a digital rendered background, which is really cool. But now we actually get to see the figure, and we're just going to go over this box, take a little bit more time. Of course, the window packaging returning, we can now see everything. We see the entire loadout of the figure. We see Junkyard. We see Mutt with all of his different accessories, all these different hands. Thank you, Hasbro, for including all these different hands. And it's just fantastic. Of course, even Junkyard's getting another portrait, which is so cool. But as you can see, it's an oversized package, so it's very large. We're going to spin around to the side here. And as you can see, we see is number 113 in the series. And we have this, I hate to report that even in 2024, this dumb QR code goes nowhere other than to a Hasbro shop link that says play or shop. Hasbro, please make this QR code go to the iconography page if you're going to showcase it right below. There's our iconography, by the way, and I'll make sure to throw that up there on the screen so you can review at your leisure what his specialties are, what his gear is, and what his role is, if you don't already know. Being a longtime collector, most of us know that he is the dog handler for G.I. Joe. Spinning around to the back, this is the part they carried over from the plastic-free packaging that I enjoy the most. Again, it's that pre-rendered digital image in the background. You got your figures right here. You got Junkyard, you got Mutt. They're geared up, and you can see them just going through. And sometimes they hide some Easter eggs in here. Now, just let's zoom in a little bit, see if there's any interesting Easter eggs hidden in here. Now, I'm not seeing anything of... Normally they hide stuff. I'm kind of surprised there's not. So as you can see, it's kind of a woodland setting, and but you're really not seeing anything. Now over here, we do see a close-up of Mutt's face. He does have some slight scars on his cheek. We see his ammo pouch, and we see we see Junkyard's other portrait, which is really cool. I don't know which one I'm going to go with, to be honest. And again, down here in the corner, we do see that iconography again. G.I. Joe, Mutt, and Junkyard, and you got your legalese at the bottom that nobody really cares about. Up in the top corner, number 113, the first G.I. Joe figure of 2024. So cool. And of course, spinning around to the final side, we do get this wonderful artwork in a much larger picture. I love the way Junkyard looks. He just looks ferocious. And hell, even Mutt looks ferocious. But yeah, that pretty much sums up what we've got in the package. I'm loving that we are back to the window packaging, but let's get this figure out. Let's get both these figures out and see what they're really all about. Okay, we have Mutt out of his plastic prison. And it's been a long time since I've said that, so it is fantastic to have this figure in hand. And we're just going to dive right into looking at this figure. And as I'm going to move some of these accessories out of the way, starting at the head and just working our way down, let's get a good view of that face because, man, that is some serious... What is going on here? Got some sort of... I don't know what that is. If it's a hair, if it's plastic. I just got him out of the package, so I don't think it's for me. Anyway, so speaking of hair, we do see that fine mustache right there on the figure. I love this head sculpt. He just looks mean and ready to roll. Again, I mentioned earlier that stupid... What is this? Must be a hair. He's got this slight scar right here, which, you know, maybe when Junkyard was younger, he accidentally nipped him in the cheek. I don't know. But I love the way his hair looks. I love this grizzled look to Mutt's face. I love that we have some tampoed on chest hair. That's fantastic. And, yeah, just looking great all around. So we're going to move down the body. And I did want to point out, I did take a moment to kind of review the figure overall. It is Duke's torso, upper body torso. I'm not sure on these arms because I don't recognize them. The arms might be new. I'm not sure. I do like that we have, he also has some hairy arms too. I love it. Love it. And the upper body is Duke. The lower body is Rock and Roll. So if you're curious, this is a lower body of Rock and Roll being reused and Duke's upper body. Arms might be new. Drop me a comment if you know whose arms these are. They're kind of distinctive because of these pockets that stick out pretty far, and I couldn't really find any on any of the Joes I have out on display. So if you know, drop me a comment. But yeah, moving down the body, let's look at this web gear he's wearing. Of course, he's got his not honor patch, but his medal right here. You can see where you can put the knife in the sheath here. And yeah, looking like it came straight out of the cartoon. Fantastic. He's got some pepper spray back here, which is non-removable, but I love that they added that on there. You never know. You might spray your own dog if he gets turned into a... Wasn't there a G.I. Joe cartoon episode where the animals got turned and Mutt... Junkyard got turned on Mutt? That, for some reason, that's sticking in my head. I could be wrong. But yeah, moving down the figure, of course, we have his where his sidearm can go. And the arms, I think even the hands are new. So he does come with quite a few accessories. We'll get into that in a minute. Pinless knees, double jointed. Ooh, those are tight. Wow, I can't even get the other joint to bend. That is a tight knee. Let's try the other one. Oh, there we go. Broke that seal. So yeah, just moving down the figure, and he is absolutely fantastic. Now, of course, there are two figures in this set, so let's not forget about Junkyard, looking awesome. Now, this is the second dog we've gotten in the series, I believe. I think the first one obviously being Timber. But yeah, this is a deluxe figure, so he does come with a fully articulated dog. Of course, the head can spin around. I do not have it on there very tight, but as you can see, it's just a long peg, and you can just pop the head straight on. A little bit of force gets it right on there. Of course, he's got this red dog collar on. It's very nice. Got joints at the what would be the shoulder, here at the leg, and even at the paw. There's a joint that turns left and right. Same on the back, and of course, you know, I think, if I remember correctly, I think they even made it, and let's find out if I'm right. I thought they made it where he could even lift his leg, but I guess they didn't. I really thought that was something they included in this figure. Now, that joint right here is very tight, so I'm not going to try to force it in this particular case. Of course, they are pinned. You can see them, which is fine. I don't really mind that on a secondary character like an animal. Doesn't bother me too much. And of course, he's got this web gear on, so you can, for the handler, for Junkyard. I always mess their names up. No, for Mutt. Mutt's the human, Junkyard's the dog. I always mess them up. Never had Mutt and Junkyard as a kid. But yeah, there they are. I'm going to set them right here because, of course, they are, as I always say, more than just the figure themselves. We do have a lot of accessories to get through. So let's start with Junkyard. So Junkyard does come with that alternate head, and I love this face. This is just adorable. This is just a silly Rottweiler face that I absolutely in love with. I might actually use this one. And I've already shown you how they come off. It's just got a peg hole in the back. But yeah, absolutely adorable seeing that face. And I believe that's all that really comes with Junkyard. So let's go ahead and go back over to Mutt, and we'll go through all his accessories. And we're going to start off with his helmet. So he does have this brownish gray colored helmet. Obviously, it's going to include the bottom portion, which I will get to right now, which is his dog handler mask. And as you can see, I will zoom in. You know, it's just red and green. It's just like the original, just with more colors, and fits over his head. And again, we'll accessorize him at the end of the video. So we have that. And then he has a couple of goggles, and I'll show both of those here. They're the exact same. One is just stretched out wider to fit over the helmet, and one is smaller to fit over his head if you want to, here's the wider one that fits on top of his helmet. I will show you that now. I don't really have it straight, but you get the idea. So you can have it like that, and then the other one can actually go over his face. He does come with a few weapons. We'll get into those real quick. He does come with a very small knife, black handle, and silver blade, of course. Nothing too fancy about it. He does come with a baton. This is the one that was with Shockwave. So just cast in all black. Nothing overly fancy there. As you can see, mine was slightly warped. Nothing, not a huge deal, but it was slightly warped in the package. He comes with his sidearm pistol, which I do like that they gave us a little bit of color with that, giving us the green on top. And of course, it's got an opening for blast effects. So he does have that nice sidearm. And finally, as far as weapons go, he does come with an M16, which looks very, very good. Again, they gave us a splash of green in there. I love that. And, of course, the clip does indeed come out, which is kind of the standard now for G.I. Joe classified figures. And, of course, it does have the opening, again, for a blast effect. So very cool. Definitely glad to see this. And finally, he does come with a number of hands. He comes with, including the hands that are on the figure, he comes with 4 sets of hands. So that's really, really impressive. And I'm actually just lining them up real quick so I can get them out. So we have a right pointing finger, which I do very much enjoy. You always need a G.I. Joe pointing at something. We have a small cupped hand for the right hand. You know, he could be given the old good boy, come here. And a fist. So a punching fist, which I always, always love. And those are the right hands. Now, the left hands include what I will call a flat stop hand, you know, for a stop motion for the dog. We've got a... not really sure what to call this. I almost want to call it the chef's kiss hand. But I do like that. Of course, again, it could be a petting hand. Or a... Actually, no, I do that same motion when I want my dog to sit. So that's what it is. So for me, that is a sit command. Tell me in the comments, am I right about that? And then finally, we get the... almost looks like a come here boy. You know, a little one of these actions. These are really fun. You could do a lot of storytelling with those. Thank you, Hasbro, for including... If you're going to make us have a deluxe figure, for giving us this many hand options. I really appreciate it. Okay, so now that we've went over all the accessories, now let's take time to actually gear these guys up and see what we've got. Okay, I did gear them up a little bit more so Mutt than Junkyard, but it's interesting. You can't really tell right now, but I can do a cool little magic trick. Ooh, look at that magic when you have a blue screen background. Made it look like his paw was down, and I don't know. I thought that was funny. You guys probably thought it was silly, but that's okay. I was having fun. As you can see, I did give him the pointing finger, and I did put the nightstick in his hand. I geared up that his head with his mask as well, so you can see how that looks right now. Looks fantastic on the figure. I'm a little disappointed that there's nowhere for him to actually hold the nightstick. As you can see, I did put the knife in the sheath, and I put his sidearm in its holster. Sad there's nowhere really for me to put the baton. So the baton's in his hand, nowhere to keep the M16. But yeah, I do enjoy that. What I was saying about this earlier with my silliness right here is that this dog, Junkyard, can actually balance very well on 3 paws. So he's supposed to be looking like he's doing a pointing action, the same as his handler. So yeah, we get a lot of range of movement here. And of course, I will have another video side by side here showing the alternate configurations of these. One thing I am kind of surprised that's not included in this figure that I do remember coming with, I believe it came with the original figure and even the modern era figure, was an actual leash of sorts to actually keep Junkyard on. Now, I didn't see one in the package, and maybe I should double check real quick. Matter of fact, let me just pull out the packaging to make sure I didn't miss anything like that, because I don't believe it came with it. No, that's it. I'm kind of surprised there's no leash for the dog, because normally I would expect Mutt to actually have some sort of leash that's connected and to this part or to his collar, and I don't see either one of them. But yeah, that's just kind of part of it. But man, overall, I really do enjoy this figure a lot. And for the first G.I. Joe of 2024, I think they've given us a home run with Mutt and Junkyard. But you guys tell me down in the comments below. Is this a figure you pre-ordered? It should be hitting everybody's doorsteps right now. I got mine a couple days ago. I'm just now getting the review out. But yeah, it's really cool. I think people are finding this in store even, which is really neat. Again, I think G.I. Joe for 2024 is going to be firing on all cylinders. And to have Mutt and Junkyard as our first ones for 2024, I'm going to give this one a big thumbs up. And make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe, comment, let me know if you're picking up these figures. You should be able to pick it up. MSRP for this figure set is $45, so it is a deluxe figure set, and it's on the high side. But you do get a lot of accessories. You get the animal accessory, or figure, whatever you want to call it. You get lots of hand options. You get weapons. I think this is definitely worth a $45 pickup. Probably a little bit on the high side, but I do appreciate it. And yeah, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Otherwise, I'm Mark. You've been watching Coffee with Toys, and I'll see you later.